Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. With the weather heating up, I thought we could spend some time highlighting a few more ice cold drinks to cool off with on a hot summer day. So, for the next couple of months, we will be taking a look at 9 more drink recipes that will surely be a hit at your next summer gathering. For this month, we will be doing another round of Juicy June, where I will be focusing on 4 different drinks that use fruit juices in their recipes. For this episode, we will be making some ginger ale. For this recipe, you will need 1 6-inch piece of fresh ginger, 2 to 3 limes for the zest and for some wedges, 2/3 cup of water, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of honey, some ice cubes if desired, and 3 cups or so of plain seltzer or sparkling water. This is enough for 4 to 6 servings, so adjust as needed. First, we'll prepare the ginger syrup, so grab your ginger and peel the skin off using a knife or vegetable peeler. Cut it in half and save one half for later, and thinly slice the other. Don't worry if you can't get all the skin off, just make sure you get enough off so that most of the flesh is exposed. Also, with the vegetable peeler or knife, slice off 4 to 5 long strips of the lime zest. Try to avoid slicing into the white pith as much as possible, since this will make your lime zest bitter. Then, slice your limes into wedges and set these aside for later. Next, in a small saucepan, add in the thinly sliced ginger, lime zest, water, sugar, and honey. Stir to combine and then place over low heat and slowly bring to a low simmer, stirring occasionally so it doesn't burn, for 15 to 25 minutes or until the ginger softens. Then, remove the saucepan from the heat and let the syrup cool completely. While you wait, finally grate the remaining ginger into a small bowl, and then when your syrup is cooled, scrape the grated ginger and its juices into the cooled syrup and give it a good stir. Then, strain this through a sieve into a small bowl, pressing down on the pulp to extract as much liquid as possible. When you're ready to serve your drink, divide the syrup amongst your glasses, about 2 to 3 tablespoons per glass. If you have any leftover syrup, transfer the remaining to a glass jar with a lid, where it can be stored in the refrigerator for up to 14 days. Fill the glass with ice cubes and then top this with the seltzer water. Use a long spoon to give each glass a good stir, and then top each with a lime wedge. And with that, your ginger ale is ready to drink. With the release of the Stardew Valley Cookbook last month, I've been wanting to try some of the recipes in it, but I didn't want to have to wait a whole another year to do a video on one, so I decided to do a drink recipe so I could do one for this month. Especially with us just starting a new playthrough of Stardew Valley on the variety show, I think that now is the perfect time to do this recipe. Nice. Though that said, it'll probably be a while till we'll be able to make it in-game, since you need to first fully complete the community center, which will take you at least a full year of gameplay if you're lucky.
Then you have to repair Willie's boat, which requires a whole bunch of rare materials. And then finally, you'll be able to make it to Ginger Island, where you'll still have to make it all the way to the northern part of the island, enter the volcano dungeon, which requires your watering can, which you probably left at home, because why would you need your watering can on a deserted island? But once you're able to enter the dungeon, you then have to survive 5 levels of the dungeon to make it to the shop level.
Then you can finally buy the ginger ale recipe. Oh, but you also have to be able to speak Dwarvish,
Which requires you to donate all 4 randomly obtainable Dwarvish scrolls to the museum.
and then you can talk to the merchant and buy the recipe finally. Thankfully, the ingredients required for the recipe aren't too difficult to get, with the 3 ginger probably obtained on your long journey to the recipe, and sugar available from the main grocery store. Interestingly, though, even though the IRL recipe contains limes, limes don't even exist in the game, and so aren't required in the game recipe, of course. So technically, this drink isn't made with fruit juice, but it's also not entirely fruit juice free, and I'm the one making the rules, so I think it counts. Thankfully, this recipe in real life isn't nearly as involved to learn and make. As a recipe on its own, I think it's a really good way to use your extra ginger. Whenever I use ginger for other cooking recipes, I always end up with a lot left over, so I'm definitely going to make this a lot more when I have leftover ginger. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if there's anything you want me to make next. Like the video, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max and watch the Max AC channel.